Hello everyone. Welcome back to my Jay Bird. This is game 4 of the Battle of the Boxes. Now, I'm in black, and this is called Knight's Bird, Knight 68, or 6 moves 68, to the bot 2500. Now, we played the 2500 before a game ago or two, but we switched the openings around, and I pick and choose. And let's get at this. This is only 34 moves. This one I crush a lot easier than before. So let's check it out. And I use the arrows this time. But this is another one of my openings I tried on the bot. So here we go. E4, D6, D4, D7. Now this is an opening in itself. I know I mentioned it somewhere. I can't remember all my name openings here, but after D7, C3, E6, F3, H6, D3, E7. There's the Knight's Bird right there. And obviously the sixth move's coming over here, and that knight's on 8, and that'll be 68. After E7, E2, F8, and there it is. Knight's Bird into the Knight 68, which is 6 moves to get over here, and the other one's on 8. So that's what we're calling it. Now, normally I go into J Bird, and then I would push the pieces up, move the knights, but remember, we're reading arrows, but the arrows never told me to do this. I picked and choose this. After F8, castles. G5. And even that, I chose to do that. It was choosing all kinds of other things to do, but still, not even now. I still chosen this way. After G5, E5. Now, normally I like to pass, but let's see what the arrows had in mind here. To push that up, G6. That was interesting, and I said, why? Oh, to go over here, if he takes, then put the pawn here, opens up the lane, willing to sacrifice, then run the bishop. If he gets rid of his bishop, then my bishop will have that square. But then he has a knight, I have the pawn. This would all open up. Alright, so let's go for it. G6. He goes E4. Now takes E5. This is interesting. This game is going quite interesting. Now this is the 10th move coming up. We only have 20 some moves left. After E5 takes, E3, F5, push that pawn. Look at that. Will you just look at this? You can't beat this. Look at all the, can he come over here and throw a check? Maybe. I can't move, he'd still pawn, but then maybe I could just go up here. Maybe I'd walk over here. But either way, look at this. After F5, he goes C5, E4. Look at this. He pinched it. He pinched the whole operation. I think it got it kind of messed up when I put the knights over here and start pushing these pawns. I think the whole idea of this opening got ruined. But the bots update themselves, and they get rough too. We come back to this, so games get. So let's go on. After E4, E4 takes, E4 takes, E4 takes, F8. He says go back here, and I'm thinking why? Well, here's the thing. You got to defend this square, and you can't. How are you going to protect the knight? So after F8, E5, F6. Now you go back up and threaten him with the other knight. After F6, D3. D6, and this looks like another opening coming up here. After D6, F4, G4 passes. I like it. It might have offered me to take it, but then you're only giving him tempo. Look, to open it up like this with the king sitting there like that, you don't open that up. G4, E1, H5, and you just push the pawn up. Good idea. C4, C6, b3, queen e7. And if you look at this, if this bishop was here, I would have called this double knight's bird, king's crown 5. Because this bishop here, because it's called the knight's bird when they're side by side, and there'll be a double, and the queen in the middle, the king's crown, that's called the king's crown. And there's 5 pieces, 3, 4, 5. That's what I would call that. Double knight bird, king crown 5. But that bishop wasn't there. So after e7, d3, h4, keep the push going over here. c5, c7, f5, h5, e6 takes, e5 takes, e5 takes, d5. Look at this. Everything's positioned perfectly right here. This is a cool game. This is cool. After d5, a4, takes e6, d4. And like I say, when I look at the arrows, I look at them and think, well, is this good? Is it a good move? They might have said something else to push this over here. Instead, I brought the bishop up. And look at this, maybe a castle, who knows? So, but this was a good move here. After d4, c7, e4, h3, e2, g2 takes, f6, h7. I mean, look at this. Threaten that piece. He's all split up. He's getting threatened down here. Oh. After h7, d3, d3, h2, c2, h1 check, f2, g1, e2, e1 check, d3, and h4. Look at that. And there it is, 34 moves. 2,500 baht. But like I said, and you know what else I'm thinking? Once you get the baht on a teeter, a little bit on the skits, I really think, let's look at this. I think, see, this opening's known here. And that's my knight's bird. They actually called it something, I don't know. But I created this. The game goes on, and I created that the knight to go down here. And this all looks standard, except for, it's a little confused over here. Then I push this pawn. This is winning. Look at this. Knights can go up this way. So when it looks so deep, it only can go so far. How deep? Because which direction are you going to go? Now it told me to go here. I went here to see what's going on here. Chances are, if we would have took out the bishop, would have been the right way to go here. Push this up, then go into Donnersberg here, and then castle this way, and then flush it all out. That's what I see. But the game goes on like this. It offered to take. I'm taking it. All right, let's open up. Let's see. It brings a bishop down and then push that pawn. Oh, once I seen this like this, this is going great. He goes here. I'm looking around. He's got no real attack. I got the attack. He's like forced not to defend this knight and defend the square at the same time. And look, after this, he goes, I threaten the queen. And then push up the bishop. And you see most of my pieces are back here. Most of the job got done, and he's at a disadvantage. And even now. I know it offered something else besides push that pawn. I'm saying, no, there's nothing here to threaten. Get these pawns up. That's what I was thinking. Yep, still there's nothing here. What's he going to do? Takes, 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 takes. This could be taken any time. The king to walk out. No. This is interesting. This is very... And even here, now you think, well, it don't look too bad. Well, I'm up a piece, but with perfect play, game goes on. That was a good move, getting that bishop out of there for this over here. But you're not castling anyway. Now push right up. And it's a little too late now. Now it's too late. He's forced to. And look at that. It's too late again. The game goes on. And once that queen came in, that was it. It's all over. And there you have it. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll have Game 5 coming up real soon.